For the cutter, Kaliza gets one to go.
Second and third now for Bedford. That's a line drive single. And Charlie Cariello now strikes out Ryan Stram.
Draws the double, redodges, beautiful, and scores. Stick quickly, Purnell drives righty, shoots, scores.
That is it. Bedford is your girls lacrosse champion. The Bulldogs are champs once again.
Welcome to Exeter High School, Bill Ball Stadium, Eustis Field for today's Division I Boys Lacrosse Final. State Championship today on this beautiful Saturday, June afternoon. I'm Corey Munster Tiger for the BC TV crew. I'm here in the booth with Jay Abendroth. Jay, a lot of excitement in the air. The stands are full, the student sections are here, we're ready for face-off. What are you expecting today?
Yeah, a lot of games, a lot of goals, a lot of assists, all that's interesting but not important. Now it's about time to play for the state championships.
Opening face-off won by starter Paulo Vasquez will be an interesting story to watch throughout this game. He dominated the first half of face-offs during the regular season matchup between these two. You saw that Kevin Sheridan, the starting defenseman, was actually up on the face-off. A little unusual move, but they're trying to make those a 50-50 chance for the Bedford Bulldogs. So the Cardinals, the number 2 seed in this tournament, they'll start in the first offensive possession after that face-off win. They fire the ball around. It's behind. Here's McGarry, matched up with short stick defensive specialist Dylan Soden. Rolls away from pressure as Brian Riccio now picks him up.
Yeah, I didn't think.
Here's Hudson Schmidt. They fire it down and back behind. Owen King now for the Cardinals.
Right. But we didn't have connection up. I think we probably just getting.
And now back up top. Here's Beau Dubois, or Dubois. Either way. Back to Hayden. Patient offensive set for the Cardinals to start things here. Dodge away from pressure, now back to Schmidt. Defended nicely by Matthews. Good D there by the Bulldogs, forcing a pass, and now a shot off the pipe. Camden Hayden's lefty gun beat Ethan Kahn in the Bedford net, but hit that right post.
Yeah, we see BG settling in, being patient, working through the picks as Bedford really is sliding early. Got an opportunity there as a switch and was able to get his hands free. Call that a save for young Ethan Kahn.
Owen King now down the right alley. We welcome in our WBNH listeners too on Bedford 105.1. We are broadcasting live, so we'll try to be a little bit more descriptive than we normally are for just TV. Dodge here by Michael Ponto. Nice help slide from Spencer Henrichon on the Bedford defense. And the Cardinals still working around. Long offensive possession to start the game. We're at 2.5 minutes so far. And they have possessed the whole time, and now we're going to get an over and back as a pass misses the mark, and the Bulldogs get a turnover.
Yeah,
Matthews will pick it up in midfield, and he'll start things right away.
Really nice momentum boost for Bedford as they were able to withstand those first frenetic moments. And here they start on their first offensive set. Love to see them get a little bit of time in the offensive zone to settle in.
Sophomore Brody Helton up top to J.J. Gaffney. He'll take it to the right side and look to dodge down the right alley. He pulls Hudson Smith as a defender. Gets some room, gets it behind. Sam Barrett. Sam Barrett, defended by Alex Dumont, the senior defenseman. And now Derek Kaliza will drive from X. Fakes, now feeds the middle. Shot, misses the cage. Sam Barrett. Nice catch and shot in the middle, but just wide on his shot.
Yeah,
Murphy looked like he was down on it, but Barrett just wide.
Great patient, really initiating the ball from behind, the game from behind, and Barrett slipped through with no one around him. Next time he's got to hit the cage there.
Good cut there, and somehow got his hands free. Now drive in the middle, batted down, out in front by Dumont. Ground ball, still loose, out in front to the top left of Murphy, and now it's finally picked it up by Hunter Duany. Duany down the left-hand sideline. And now he cuts into the middle, looks for room to maneuver, and getting stuffed is Dumont. Hard hit by Helton. And then they stop a fast break. The officials, after a legal clean hit, stop the play.
Yeah, I think they were calling for the safety of the player on Dumont, worried about concussions here. Good for the player, probably the right thing overall, but that is not a play that Bedford's going to be happy with. Those refs have to let those odd man advantages go. And now look at this. We have Bedford having to drive against the Bishop Guertin ride, which otherwise they would have been running down with a man-up advantage.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. You would like to see them at least get the free clear, but again, player safety, they want to make sure Alex Dumont is okay. He took a hard hit. They allow him to get to the sideline, but that's a tough one there for the Bulldog fans, as they seemingly had momentum and numbers going in the other direction, as senior defenseman Alex Dumont was on the ground after a hard hit by Brody Helton. And now the Bulldogs will settle things down. J.J. Gaffney to the top left of Murphy. He's defended out high by Hunter Duany. He drives into the right lane, down that alley, fires behind, Barrett. Helton now works inside, gets his hands free, bounce shot wide of the net. Nice late check there by Finn Moran to get a stick on his hands.
Yeah, and we see BG going man-to-man. They've short-pulled Derek Kaleza, so they brought a shorty down on an attackment in an effort to try to get more of those long pulls on the potent Bedford midfielders.
It's Micah Dunsmore. Purnell gets inside, hits off the crossbar, scramble in front. Barrett picks it up and scores the opening goal. And Bedford goes up early, 1-0 on a garbage goal in front. They all count, and Barrett puts the Bulldogs up.
Yeah, great to see Sam. We were talking about him before, missing the goal. Was not going to miss that one, as we see a little bit of chaos inside, and Barrett was in the right place at the right time. Great to see the freshman get on the board.
It was an interesting play. Purnell had a phenomenal inside roll, kept it in his right hand, got some room. His shot hit off the crossbar. It looked like it might be a bar down where it hits that crossbar, bounces inside the cage, but the official was right there, ruled it not a goal, as Vasquez wins the ensuing faceoff. But that scramble in front, Barrett picked it up and fired it into the back of the net. So the Bulldogs go up 1-0.
Yeah, and we're already seeing Bedford trying different things on the face-off X. Something that BG was able to take advantage of in the last game. And really, you play to your strengths. And we see Dylan Riccio there trying hard, but not able to win that draw. It's going to be a long day if they can't find some solid play at the face-off X.
Quick double team here by the Bedford defense. Sheridan got the ball on the turf a couple of different times, and now a scramble. Bulldogs defense recovers nicely as the ground ball was scooped up by the Cardinals well outside of the restraining box. And now they fire it behind, looking to go one-on-one. Michael Ponto. He's guarded by Gabri behind. Slide comes early, Sheridan, and now score. Feed inside to Owen King, and he scores.
Yeah, very tight 1-2 as we maybe get the replay here. King was able to collect it, have some time as he was getting ridden behind, as we see Gabri, the short stick behind. Sheridan going hard, and Dylan Soden was on him. King was just able to collect and throw it in. Yeah, a lot of activity there going on after the whistle, but 1-1. Great game so far.
I believe they'll give the assist to Ponto on that drive from behind. And it's 1-1.
Yeah, great draw by Riccio there. Was able, at the mid, what we're talking about here is you don't want to lose straight away. It's okay if there's a scrum, because that's what allows you to get your wing players in and in the game, and Bedford does have at least equal, if not an advantage, when those folks are running in. So nice work by the freshman getting Helton the ball.
Scramble after the face-off here. The Bulldogs had a chance, but it pops loose. The Cardinals are now back on the offense. Here's J.P. Dunsmore. He'll settle things down. Feeds off to Beau Dubois. Now near side, Micah Dunsmore. Jeremy Warren now. He'll have a go. Feeds it off, far side. And now near side, all the way back to Micah Dunsmore. He's got a lefty, drives into the middle. Good double team by Sheridan, gets the ball on the ground. It finds J.J. Gaffney's stick, and he runs through 3 players. Somehow keeps it in his stick and dishes it back to Khan. Now this pass into the middle. Poor turnover, and it leads to a goal. Spencer Henrishon looked to feed back in the middle, and Michael Ponto picks it off and goes in one-on-one on Khan.
Yeah, we see there Ponto able to jump. Helton a little bit flat-footed there. That's, Henrishon would love to have that one back, but a little bit of activity we need. And J.J. Gaffney, great ground ball, kind of like a running back earlier, able to keep his feet moving, but would love to see Bedford have a little bit more poise on that clear, because they need to get the ball in the offensive end and settle it down a bit.
Back to the face-off. Riccio and Vasquez battle it out. Vasquez wins again. Kerr looks to go heavy, but Vasquez dishes it low. Back to Ponto. Ponto with a goal and assist so far. 4:30 left here. And we're going to get a timeout by Bishop Guertin, as Ponto is going to get double teamed there on that far sideline. And Coach Cameron takes the timeout, keeps possession for the Cardinals. And with 4:36 left in the first quarter here, it's 2-1. The Cardinals lead after 2 quick goals.
Yeah, and we're really seeing the face-off backs be a momentum changer. But Bedford has had some counter shots going back and really working hard, coming from behind X. And I think this is going to be one. We talk a lot about the rides and the substitutions. In the state championship game against a quality team like Bishop Guertin, those are all kind of tricks, but I think they have enough discipline to be able to react and deal with them. So let's see what Coach Bordeaux has here on defense. Perhaps there's something he'd like to throw in that's a little bit of a wrinkle that we haven't seen all year.
Yeah, we've seen that 10-man ride. Obviously not the situation here, as the Cardinals will start in a 6-on-6 set. But we're expecting that to put some pressure on a settled clear attempt from the Cardinals. We saw a double team in a late game situation to try to get the ball back. So certain situational kinds of schemes that Coach Bordeaux has been great at implementing throughout this season. Again, 4:36 to go here in the first quarter. The Cardinals lead 2-1. Again, this is the number 2 seed, Bishop Guertin Cardinals, with against the number 1 seed, Bedford Bulldogs. The Bulldogs earned that number 1 seed after 16-1 regular season. The Cardinals at 15-3 lost a few out-of-state games, and therefore were the number 2. Back to 6-on-6 settled lacrosse here for the Cardinals. Back up top, lefty drive, great check here by Kerr, gets the ball on the ground. Scoops it out and away, and now he gets help from Sheridan, who's back into transition. Sheridan pushing the play on that far side. Now he'll settle. He turns away from pressure and fires it to Sam Barrett.
Really nice stick there by Tristan Kerr. This game is going to be, a hallmark of one-on-one plays, and Tristan Kerr there able to stick his stick out, really an uncontested area, and create a great opportunity for Bedford.
Barrett feeds Kaliza out in front. Kaliza's shot goes wide. A couple of good opportunities here for the Bulldogs offense that have not gotten shots on net. Perhaps there's a little subconscious thought there on such a solid goalkeeper, Will Murphy, forcing them to try to pick corners. Either way, Bulldogs need to get something on net each and every time. Kaliza will now ISO behind. This is against Cam Hayden. Looks to feed inside. Hayden heavy now. Kaliza gets room and scores. Kaliza comes back at the 3:25 mark and evens the game at 2.
Yeah, really nice drive from Kaliza, taking what the defense gives you. Again, the senior attackman, we see him here driving hard, and he was able to take those extra steps up field, being able to duck under, and the goalie gets low. Kaliza had the patience, able to. The senior recognizing what the defense was giving him.
ISO'd on midfielder Cam Hayden, the sophomore. You talked about that earlier as they're trying to keep a short stick on some of these attackmen. Purnell has drawn it. Kaliza has drawn it. They know the Bedford midfield is potent, so they're using their short sticks on defense where they can. Long outlet pass from Murphy. Up quick, here's Tyler McLeod. And now the Cardinals will settle in on their offensive set. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2-2 is your score in this Division I state championship game against Bedford and Bishop Guertin. Back up top, here's Michael Ponto. Ponto isolated on Sheridan. Gives it wide to Micah Dunsmore. Drive here, and now back behind. Owen King fires it all the way over to McGarry. He's on the right wing, goal line extended. Defended well. Shot here, misses. As they looked for Ponto, put it in his left hand, bounce shot went wide. Got through 2 or 3 sticks all the way across the formation. And now driving hard, getting a save is Kahn. Tries to chase it around his pipe, but he's beat to the end line by Michael Ponto. Ponto will bring it in for the Cardinals. Bedford in their man-to-man defense that we've seen all year with this senior-laden defensive core. Sheridan meets him at goal line extended and will get a penalty. He'll draw a penalty for a 30-second push, most likely, as the far side official threw a flag.
Yeah, that's a tough one on Sheridan. Either a push or a cross check. Kind of looked like a pretty light bench press day there from Sheridan, but nevertheless, Bishop Guertin on the man up. First time we'll see this opportunity for Bedford defense to kill this penalty.
They're actually going to call a head-to-head, so Sheridan will come to the sideline. They call it a penalty on a head-to-head, and they lock it in for a minute. So with 2:05 to go in the first quarter, the Cardinals go up on the opportunity. Extra man here. Hayden up top. Shot, save, Kahn. Clear. Cheaped it all the way to midfield. Looking for Matthews there. Scramble right at midfield. Still on the ground, and finally Dumont comes away with it for the Cardinals. They're up a man. They look to ISO here.
I was worried there, Corey. We had a bit of indecision where 4 Bedford players were on the offensive side, wondering who was going to stay home and who was going to go, and BG actually had a man up. Man up.
The Cardinals were on the man up, but didn't have everybody on the field, so the Bulldogs took advantage of that, and now coming around the corner, Cam Hayden will finish with 1:05 right at the expiration of the penalty. 1:05 left in the first quarter.
Yeah,
Cam Hayden on the lefty as he comes around and buries it behind Kahn.
We see Kahn there really thinking low. Hayden was able to bury it right behind his stick that Kahn, kind of dropped a little bit. Tough one for Ethan, but he's playing well beginning of this game. Bedford just has to make sure they manage the emotions and are not man down too often, because this is a very strong offensive set for BG when they're man up.
Following face-off, Sheridan gets called for the hold. Possession goes for the Cardinals. Into the offensive end, Hunter Duaney. And now they'll settle things down and wait for their offensive substitutions. Here's Micah Dunsmore, and now Beau Dubois. Jeremy Warren trots on too, and as part of that midfield. Looks like they're going to try to hold for the last shot here as we tick under 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Cardinals lead 3-2 in this state championship matchup against the Bedford Bulldogs. Near side, Beau Dubois. He's checked by Dylan Soden, the short stick defensive specialist for the Bulldogs. And now Dubois drives hard left. He draws the slide. Far side, King misses near side. Backed up behind, Sean McGarry. McGarry back up top. Drives lefty, Dubois bounce shot way off the mark, but it'll be chased out of bounds by Owen King in the near side corner. 3 seconds to go. They feed it up top. Shot here eaten up by Ethan Kahn, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. Bishop Guertin Cardinals lead 3-2 after 1.
Yeah, it kind of feels, Corey, too, as you would imagine in a state championship game. These young men, there's a lot of emotions, but both teams have pretty much kept it in check. Seen a lot of frenetic play, but really like to see on that last stand from Bedford, being strong, being disciplined, slide in the right time, and really not a lot of harm thrown at Bedford's way in that last set.
Sam Barrett got the scoring going. Just under 5 minutes to go in that first half. He got the Bulldogs up 1-0. It was answered pretty quickly by Owen King for the Bulldogs. Ponto then scored again, putting the Cardinals up 2-1, but Kaliza came back on a nice one-on-one move, evening the score at 2-2, and then just at the expiration of a man-up, the Bishop Guertin Cardinals went back up by a goal as Hayden was able to beat Kahn near side. So that's your scoring so far. 12 minutes back on the board. Cardinals ahead by 1 after 1.
Yeah, and we'll talk about this a little bit as we get through the game, but coming in, we talked about Bedford being able to throw some intricacies into their ride, and Bishop Guertin being able to manhandle on the face-off X. And what you really see here is a bit of a tactics chess match. I think Bedford is willing and understanding that they may give up more of the face-offs that they can win, but what they want to do is they want it to go backwards so that BG gets it back to their goalie, hence putting them into the ride that Bedford really feels comfortable that they can take advantage of. So let's see how they adjust on these face-offs moving forward and get into that ride.
Riccio will go out for the face-off against Vasquez. Vasquez has been solid at the X so far for the Cardinals. Ready to start quarter number 2, and we're underway. Vasquez wins it cleanly. Gets it into the offensive end as King will settle things down and take it behind. He's checked by Sheridan. Excuse me, that's Henrishon. Back up top, Hunter Duani. And now Cam Hayden. They wait for some substitutions as Hudson Schmidt comes over midline. Now they fire it behind. Back up top. Here's Cam Hayden. The lefty drives hard, tries to get the edge. Back across the formation, and now they feed the crease, and we'll get a 30-second penalty push on Soden on the push from behind on Hudson Schmidt. But the Cardinals keep possession as there is a delayed penalty flag down situation. Shot here, saved by Kahn, as trying to go short side was Michael Ponto, but the Bulldogs will have another penalty here. 30-second push on Soden.
Yeah, I think there he presumed that Hudson Schmidt was going to turn and fire, by which opening up his chest and really getting into a legal push to try to disrupt the shot, but Hudson wasn't able to pick up the pass cleanly. His back was to Soden, and just, what are you going to do?
Now the Bulldogs will ISO behind, locking somebody out back there. We don't have that number 33, but on the near side, 31, Michael Ponto will fire and score. Assisted from the far side, and they go up 4-2 early second quarter. Feed from behind. Ponto took a step around. Nice bounce shot to that far side. And on the goal is Ponto's second. Vasquez wins another faceoff. His pass across the formation is going to by Micah Dunsmore. But it goes out of bounds, and the Bulldogs will have the opportunity. So we were struggling with number 33. Apparently Caleb Young has changed numbers for the day. He was being shut off behind by Helton in that man-down situation. To no avail, though, as they found Ponto on the near side, and his bounce shot found the back of the net.
Yeah,
J.J. Gaffney will go from behind now.
Shout out to those sideline reporters who were able to get us that information.
Beautiful change of playing here by Kaliza, and he brings the Bulldogs back to within one. Nice one-on-one move from behind to get some space, and the feed came out to Kaliza. Kaliza, just watch this nifty work here. changes planes, beats Murphy high. And Kaliza has another.
Yeah, and we see Bedford really sticking to trying to initiate from behind. Bennett Matthews was back there. I think J.J. Gaffney was, and allowing their attackmen above the crease. And that's where Kuliza, makes his hay, is catching in tight, being shifty, and he needs to. So, invert.
Did you see who had the assist there? Was that Barrett from behind or Purnell?
I did not. The frenzy of activity. It was a blur.
Someone had the assist. Couldn't quite catch it on that replay there. But now the Cardinals are back on the offensive end. Driving hard is Beau Dubois, coming with the double. Sheridan. Shot score. Dubois beats the double, gets free. Talks a little bit on his way out, and Dubois puts the Cardinals back up by 2.
Yeah, nice move as we see here. Sheridan coming down hard, but got on the wrong side for a long stick. Dubois was able to get some separation and no slide coming, because I think they felt like Sheridan coming in for the slide had it handled. Tough look for Bedford there. We'll see if Ethan Kahn can get a few popcorn saves to settle down a little bit.
Always helps to get his confidence going, and now I think we had an infraction after the play, perhaps some chirping. They will give the face directly to Matthews, so the Bulldogs will start things here, as there was a dead ball foul, and I believe it was a sportsmanlike situation. Barrett catches, tough one there, was draped immediately. Now Matthews gets the edge, good stick. This is Dumont getting his stick all over Matthews' gloves, and now Helton will drive middle. Get some space, save. Murphy steps to his right. And a broken stick in the process as Micah Dunsmore leaves some collateral on the field. Murphy, near side. His outlet pass nearly picked, nearly chopped, but somehow Hayden comes away with it. And now Young down the middle. Kahn, great save at his foot. Got all the way down, and not sure if it was stick or foot, but either way, he gets the save. And Matthews with the heads-up play on that far sideline. It was still a shot, and he was closest to it when it went out, where it went out. So he was able to get that back up. And now the Bulldogs back on the offensive end.
Yeah, on cue there. Ethan Kahn stepping up huge for the sophomore. Those goalies, they're interesting creatures. They need to have those saves rolling for them, and great one to get the momentum back on his side.
And as that momentum gets back on his side, Coach Bordeaux wants even more momentum. He takes a timeout. He'll settle things down. 8:28 left in this second quarter. 5-3, the Cardinals lead the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I got to say, Corey, if you're not here, you should be. It's a beautiful day for lacrosse. We got a pretty packed set of stands here. I think they opened up the second deck is what I heard. The club level is open now. But really nice to see the support here. A lot of the students here. This is about the time Bedford just went through their graduation. So last thing for these seniors to do is finish this off.
And finish it off, they want to. They have some work to do. They are down 3-5, 8:28 to go in this second quarter. The path to the finals, the Bulldogs, again, that number 1 seed. They took on number 8 seed Dover in the first round, handled them quite easily. 19-2 was that score in the quarterfinals, advancing to play against Pinkerton in the second round. The 4 seed Pinkerton beating Merrimack 13-5 in their opening match. Bishop Guertin, the number 2 seed, took care of Concord 14-2 in the quarterfinal, and then they faced Exeter again here on Wednesday. Exeter, the number 3 seed, who advanced past Londonderry 12-7 in their quarterfinal. Bedford beat Pinkerton Wednesday night, a late game that was delayed by rain and storms that swept through here on Wednesday evening, but Bedford cruised in that one. A bit of a surprising score as they took that game 15-2. And then the Bishop Guertin took care of Exeter in the early match as they beat the Blue Hawks 12-4, and that is how each of these teams have arrived here at the final. Matthews starts things on that far sideline. He looks for Kaliza popping off the crease. Nice check inside by Caleb Young getting on the hands. And Kaliza's bounce shot goes over the net. Purnell will pick it up and drive from behind. He's guarded behind by Logan Venn. Purnell, a little cat and mouse game right now. Tries to pick a pickup from J.J. Gaffney. Drives hard righty. Gets high. Shot, score! And Purnell gets into the scorebook. Just took his time. Nice and patient drive. No double came. And Purnell finished the play.
Yeah, and you said it there, patience. As we see Purnell come, he kind of was able to use the defender's momentum going one way. Purnell almost hooked him and turned around his body, pulled the chair, if you will, off the defender. Great patience by the junior. More importantly, though, great finish. That's what we need from Luke Purnell to get us back.
Great finish, offside, hip level. Tough one for Murphy to catch up to, and that little rocker step was phenomenal. Gave Purnell a little bit of room, got his hands free, and put it in the back of the net. Vasquez wins another one at the faceoff X. Riccio tries to chase him down. Can't quite get the check in. And dishes off to Micah Dunsmore, who will settle and wait for Caleb Young and Hudson Schmidt to trot on at the midfield.
Yeah, and just that faceoff is something we were talking about. What you don't want to give up is a fast break, given 25's ability to go out the front. But actually, if you're Bedford, you take it because you're pretty good at 6-on-6 settled, and that's basically a win for Bedford given this stage of the game on faceoff.
5-4, the Cardinals lead halfway through the second quarter. Young looks to drive. Kerr picks him up. They fire it behind. Now near side, back right of Kahn. Now goal line extended on the right wing. This is McGarry. Takes it back up top. Driving hard, Hayden gets to his left as Soden checks him. Hayden back to his right. And now back left. King back up to Young. Schmidt near side to Hayden again. Hayden, fake left. Eats it. Shot goes off the pipe. Bounces out behind. And McGarry will back it up for the Cardinals. Kahn looked like he was on that. Had a little help from his friend on the pipe. King drives hard lefty now. Back up top. Here's Caleb Young. Again, wearing number 33 today instead of his number 7 that we saw throughout the regular season. Young, far side, right wing, shot. Missing near side was Michael Ponto. Backed up behind McGarry.
And this is what we're talking about, Corey. There's really aren't a lot of one-on-one matchups that Bedford's really concerned about. I mean, obviously some strong players, but playing good team defense, there's not anybody who's just going to be a one-man wrecking ball through here. So like to see him set into this defensive set, and here we go.
Body-to-body hit.
Strong,
Helton.
yeah.
Good check there. And Helton breaks the stick. Hayden coming to the sideline, and he is feeling it too. He'll double over, and the Bulldogs will clear things out. Kerr looks to go one-on-one. Gives it to Soden. They're working against the clock here, and taking a timeout is Coach Bordeaux as he sensed that clock ticking as well. So Helton with a physical check here on the drive by Hayden. We'll see it here on the replay. Steps in, shoulder, legal hit, breaks his stick, and brings the physical play with 5:44 to go in the first half. The Bulldogs trail the Cardinals 5-4.
And my sincere apologies for trying to cut you off. I got so excited because this is the point we're trying to make. I think Bedford, when they're playing 6-on-6, has the speed and awareness and discipline to bring the help when needed, and especially when Helton's breaking sticks, things are good. Good things are happening. So really like to see Bedford settle in here, but they also have struggled a little bit on the clear here as well.
Yeah, the Cardinals, not a super hard press ride either. I mean, they're just laying back and daring the Bedford Bulldogs to dodge him at some point. Tight little pass to Soden there, kind of handcuffed him. The ball went on the ground, so they were in fear of a failure to advance. So Coach Bordeaux takes the timeout, tries to settle things down, and get another offensive possession for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, those timeouts, you can't take them with you, and it seemed like that was a good one as we sit here at 4-5. These games have their ups and downs. They have their almost own personality, and so I think Coach Bordeaux recognized that this was the time to get a play in there, settle his kids down, and get a strong push towards the BG goal.
He's putting his punt return clearer on the ball. This is Bennett Matthews will pick it up right outside of the restraining box at about the 33-yard line. And the BG attack is walking all right by him. This is kind of surprising. Did they call a failure? Is it Bishop Guertin's ball? It looks like it is. This is a bit of a surprise. So perhaps that timeout came right after the failure to advance call. But they are signaling Bishop Guertin ball. So picking it up near side, here's Jeremy Warren, as they earned a failure to advance, is my guess, was the call. And BG back in the offensive end in a 6-on-6 settled situation. Now we get a flag, and I'm guessing there was some chirping on the sideline as the Bulldogs were not happy with that call. Perhaps too many men? Yeah, we got too many men on the field. So flag is down. Master DaCasa will trot into the defensive area for the Bulldogs as they'll go down again as on a 30-second penalty. Near side, Micah Dunsmore, he looks to go one-on-one. Running by, pulling it down as Sheridan came on the double. They'll ISO from behind. Here's Warren. Feeds to the wing. No shot from Gary. He'll put it back up top. Now Du Bois. Drives. No shot there. Pulling it down, now driving lefty across the top of the formation. McGarry now near side. Hesitation. Tries to get back to his right. Up top. Finds a stick in the middle, and the ground ball pops all the way back out to Du Bois. So still a flag down situation. Penalty coming. Shot now sails out of bounds from Du Bois. And we'll have a procedure call. 30-second penalty on the Bulldogs for too many men. Looks like Barrett will serve it. And another opportunity here with 4:27 left in the first half for the Bishop Guertin extra man offense.
Yeah, kind of an odd situation there. We had the play that changed hands, and I no doubt Master DaCosta was still on, thinking it was a clear. So that's how we got the too many men. But both teams seem to kind of just be going through the motions there. Not a lot of clarity in what either team was doing, whereas Bedford actually was able to bring one more defender down, but weren't doubling the ball and giving up one-on-one chances. So we will see. We'll put that one in the annals of who knows, and we'll move along.
Strange situation now. Extra man shot, saved by Kahn, as McGarry couldn't find it. Kahn got it stick side high. Ground ball goes to Young. And now the Cardinals reset. 5-man rotation for the Bulldogs. Another save here. Kahn on King. Gives it to Soden. He looks to run through the midfield. Checked by 2, 3, and 4 players. Now gets chased down from behind. That should be a flag, and it is. They scoop it out of bounds. And now the Bulldogs have their first opportunity on the man up. As Soden was chased down from behind, got tangled up in his feet. You see here on the replay. And going in the box and feeling shame is Cam Hayden.
Yeah, we see Dylan Soden doing what he's born to do. One man clear and able to really push the envelope, run through a lot of BG players trying to throw a stick. I got to be honest, I probably wouldn't be bodying him up as well as he's galloping along, but good handle and good opportunity for Bedford. Is this their first man up, Corey?
This
I
is.
think it very might well be.
3 man up opportunities for the Cardinals so far. This is the first for the Bulldogs, and they're going to shut off Bennett Matthews near side. Helton skips him, fires and scores. Helton knots the game at 3:26.
Yeah, really nice move there by Brody Helton. When BG was shutting off Matthews, that really does open up the field, and you're going 5-on-4 and facing a box, and right down the middle is sometimes the place to go attack, and we know Helton is not shy, and that's the reason why.
Some more substitutions throughout here. We'll go back to the face-off X. 3:26 to go in the first half. We're knotted here at 5. as the Bulldogs just scored on a man-up opportunity by Brody Helton. Back to the X. Clamp and a hold by Sheridan, so the Cardinals will get possession. And now Coach Cameron will take a timeout for the Cardinals as they were a little confused after the hold call. Sheridan clamped down, trying to slow down Vasquez on that face-off. And now Coach Cameron will take a timeout. So 3:24 to go in the first half. 5-5 is your score.
Yeah, and we see there Sheridan. I mean, to be honest with you, you'll take that all day. It's throws BG's rhythm off, allows you to get your long poles in. And, I mean, Sheridan there, he's going to get called because as Paulo has the clamp, he's coming in and disrupting it, almost hooking his stick from out of him. You can't do that, but it's nice to see Sheridan going and being aggressive because that's the way you're going to stem the tide and get things going in your direction.
Now, putting on your coaching hat, they were shutting off Matthews on that man up. He stayed in that top left shooter position. If you're getting shut off, where do you want your offensive player to go? Do you want him to stay in the play, go to the crease? Do you want to take him all the way behind? What would you do in that situation?
Wise and astute observation there, Corey. I was thinking the exact same thing. Unless you have a play from Matthews to come off of a pick, you need him out of there. So for the exact same reason we saw Helton have some free hands and come down the middle, that space is your friend. And so I would either like to see Matthews being able to run free and come off of picks kind of in a step down, or he's going to take his guy away. Some teams will throw him in the crease, but again, you're just clogging up the inside, and you're not allowing your team to take advantage of the space.
So in that case, do you go all the way to a sideline? Do you go all the way to the end line? Where would you place him?
Yeah, I would go to one of the sidelines and have a nice chat with his defender, talk about what they're going to do this summer, those types of things. But the point being is that, the other thing I've seen is you throw him on the end line, right on the end line, so you have an automatic backup.
That's what I was thinking. You can still have that chat about club lacrosse this summer, but also have the possibility of backing up a shot. Young will start things for the Cardinals as he steps it into the restraining box, circles away from pressure, and fires it around the top of the formation. It's back to Young. He'll look to get to his left hand. Kerr chases him down. Bounce shot. Kahn gets a piece of it. It looked like it was going wide anyway, but we'll count it as another save. It's backed up behind by Sean McGarry. He'll start things back left of Kahn. Left sideline here. Here's Hayden. He looks to ISO. Gets back to his left hand. Shot. Looked like it deflected off a defender before it got to Kahn. And picking it up behind is King. He drives lefty. Back up top to Hayden. Here's Schmidt now. He gets pushed, and another penalty flag comes out as the Bulldogs still don't pick up the ground ball. They let up the shot and the score as it pops near side to Ponto. He has his third on the day. And the Cardinals go back up one.
Yeah, that's a real tough one from Bedford. I mean, you got Schmidt was able to get a step on his defender, kind of got rode up on his back as we see here. But then the two Bedford defenders kind of taking it easy, not thinking that you had to get possession to stop the play. And here we go. Yeah, the flag's picked up, but you're one goal down.
So Ponto scores his third of the game. He's got a hattie in this first half. Goals also by King, Hayden, and Dubois for the Cardinals. For the Bulldogs, Kaliza has 2. Purnell has 1. Barrett has 1. And Helton has 1. That's their 5. Vasquez wins yet another faceoff. Drives all the way back to Murphy. And they will clear things out with a 1-goal lead and 2.5 left in this first half. Murphy patient now. Looks for substitutions along the sideline. Now Kaliza will put some pressure on Murphy. He chases him almost all the way back to his crease. Lollipop pass, and now they climb the ladder on the far sideline. All the way down, here's King. King beats his man. Pass into the middle. Misses its mark. But picking it up there is Warren for the Cardinals, and they'll settle things down. Under 2 to go in the first half. The Cardinals lead 6-5 in this Division I state championship game. Again, we welcome in our Bedford listeners, 105.1 WBNH. We're also going to have this on BCTV after the live broadcast. King from behind. Up top, here's Micah Dunsmore. Little pitch and catch with DuBois, and now Dunsmore will look to ISO. Nice step into the lane by Soden. Both players are staggered. Coach Bordeaux wanted a ward. I think it was a good no call. And now Sheridan applies pressure up top. That was DuBois. They circle it behind. Here's Ponto. Now Micah Dunsmore looks to ISO on Dylan Soden. They'll take it to the right wing, and they switch off nicely. Kerr tells him, hey, why don't you switch over and take McGarry? I'll put my long stick here on Dunsmore, see what we can do, see if I can take it away. Kerr applies pressure behind. And now we have a substitution issue on the near sideline on the Cardinals as they foul things up at the box and they turn it over. So Helton will trot over, step it into the box for the Bulldogs. Drives hard, gets some space, the shot goes wide. Backing it up behind, well, the senior defenseman Alex Dumont as he beats the freshman Sam Barrett to the end line and gets possession. We're inside 30 seconds to go in the first half. Long outlet pass. They fire it down as they try to apply pressure. Inside, score! Tic-tac-toe passes, Bo DuBois finishes. And the Cardinals go up 2.
Yeah, and again, a really tough sequence. We saw BG actually in the face-off here on the ride. Yeah, it was Michael Ponto here being able to be in the middle in the right place at the right time, but that was really something that Bedford, hindsight is 20/20, but you would have loved to see them take a little bit of a breather. BG was actually switching out midfielders, almost a line change given the fact they had the ball for so long on offense. And Bedford not only missed the backup, but then got tic-tac-toed, and you can't give that up in the 10-man Ryan.
They did, and unfortunately, Henryshawn could have gone over there. He was going to apply pressure on the long stick on that far sideline, who was only maybe 3 or 4 steps over half field. Felt like he couldn't go over, but he did have players back. Violation on the ensuing faceoff. Young goes all the way down and scores another one. Caleb Young gets his first of the game. He slices through the defense. And they're back there wondering what happened. Caleb Young puts the Cardinals up by 3. 8-5 is your score with just 9 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, I think that's what happens when you consider time running down. Tristan Kerr kind of had him, but was over-aggressive trying to get that back check and allowed Young to walk free into the middle of the field. One-on-one with Kahn, not much he could do there.
So back to the face-off X. A few quick scores here by the Cardinals. And they've pushed it out to a 3-goal lead. Sheridan pushes Vasquez off, but Vasquez still somehow comes up with it. Runs through some players and scores! Oh, they're going to wave it off. They're waving it off. The officials at midfield say no goal. To me, it really looked like they had it. But the official out at midfield says no, they wave it off. The Bulldogs dodge a bullet there. I'm a little surprised by that call. And they escape without letting up a 4-goal lead heading into halftime.
Yeah, it's amazing how things change. Pretty even game back and forth, but we saw in the last minute or so, BG really take advantage of some blunders by Bedford, honestly, some thought things that they were missing on. So thought things, I guess I'm going to make that a word, but a few words. But anyway, Bishop Guertin playing really strong and disciplined, and Coach, I think, is happy, like you said, to dodge that bullet.
So here we are at halftime. The Bulldogs trail the Cardinals 8-5 at half. It's been quite a game so far. And dodging a bullet there at halftime as time expired. Paulo Vasco has looked to put the Cardinals up by 4. It is waved off at the buzzer. Thanks for listening to this first half Division I State Championship boys lacrosse action here from Exeter High School. We'll take a timeout for about 9 or 10 minutes and join you on the other side for the second half here from Bill Ball Stadium, Eustis Field. Welcome back to Exeter High School, Bill Ball Stadium, Eustis Field for the state championship Division I boys lacrosse game. I'm Corey Munster-Tiger, joined in the booth by Jay Abendroth on BCTV and WBNH 105.1 in Bedford. Jay, quite a first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Lacrosse, a game of runs. And, hey, look, it's a game fitting of a state championship. You really have to be good at all levels. We're seeing BG being good at a lot of them, proficient, if you will. I think Bedford is just, is in the moment, but it's a big moment, and you want to see them say, hey, we got 24 minutes. Let's go win a championship here.
The Bulldogs trail 8-5, and Vasquez at the faceoff X has been dominant for Bishop Guertin. He wins another one to start this third quarter. 12 minutes back on the board. It's ticking now. Murphy, long pass, misses its mark. Henrishon scoops it up. It kind of comes out of his stick and finds the stick of Helton. So the Bulldogs apply pressure, get a possession, and now they'll settle things down. Helton rolls away from pressure. Matthews waits for Gaffney to come on. And now the Bulldogs have their offensive set. Matthews drives hard. Keeps his stick out and away, gets a shot off. It's wide left and backed up behind by Sam Barrett.
Yeah, good shot by Matthews. Come out of the half, really get something on, not on cage, but get something going. Would love to see them initiate from behind here with Barrett.
Barrett checked behind by Alex Dumont, senior defender for the Cardinals. Near side Helton. He draws Finn Moran. Brings him all the way outside of the restraining box. Tries to get a pick from Matthews. And now he dumps it off to Derek Kaliza. Kaliza guarded by Micah Dunsmore, the midfielder. Short stick. Kaliza drives lefty, looks in the middle, had Gaffney, but he misses the mark. Henrishon, nice job staying onside. Scoops the ball over. No over and back there. Comes off a Bishop Guertin stick, so still no over and back. And now pushed along by Tyler McLeod, chasing down the ground ball. And gets it far side. Nice job there by McLeod.
Yeah, great hustle by McLeod. Had Tristan Kerr running after him. Unfortunate, Henrishon did everything he could to keep the ball in the offensive end. Bedford not able to pick it up. But on that pass, going back to that miss, Derek Kaliza, great move, real patience. Unfortunately, Gaffney wasn't able to pull it in, but he was wide open on the crease.
He had some room, couldn't squeeze it. If he could, we might be saying something different at this point in time. We tick down under 10 minutes to go. Third quarter, the Cardinals lead 8-5 here, early second half action. Good check there. Young gets his hands free. His shot misses low left as Kerr was in his gloves, but Young was still able to get his hands out and free, get his stick free, and get a shot off.
Yeah, good job from Kerr getting his stick there. And I will, it was borderline, but Young was able to get his hands out and not ward off.
Same matchup here. Young fires it behind. King, now far side to McGarry, back right of Kahn. Dodges high, gets the goal line extended, looks to get some room. Nice lift by the defender. Kahn awkwardly saves it. That was a bounce shot that went right off his right hand. And now the ball's still on the ground. Sheridan comes away with it. Big, strong athlete, finding some space, and now he'll run down that far sideline, clearing it out, looking to get numbers, and he has them if he wants it. 5-on-4, into the middle. Cotnoir slows it. Back to Gaffney, and they miss the pass again. Gaffney, nice check to keep it in the Bedford area. He gets chased down behind as he's fixing his face mask. And Finn Moran got the pinwheel check from behind on the trail.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for the last couple games, Corey, where Bedford has really had their way with their opponents. And now we got a bunch of guys who run around on the BG side, are as athletic and hungry. And you can't be this lackadaisical when you get the opportunity.
Just took a second's breath, and that was too much as Moran chased it down. Great trail check, leads to a clear, and now another offensive possession for Bishop Guertin. Here's Jeremy Warren near side. Back left of Kahn. Gaffney defends. Feed backside, score. Great cut from Owen King. Feed from Warren. Warren with the assist. And the Cardinals go up 9-5.
Yeah, as we see this playback here, Gaffney was beaten, gets up, but actually comes over the top of the goal. Kahn really looking for the curl around, wasn't guarding the over the crossbar pass. Pretty easy dump and goal there by BG.
Owen King on the goal, his second of the game. And we're back to the face-off X. 7:59 to go, third quarter. The Cardinals hold a 4-goal lead after that slippery cut on the backside by King. And now Vasquez, another face-off. This time Kerr was trying to slow him down at the X. He rolls away from pressure, trots back out to midfield, and looks for an offensive teammate. Little scoop to Hayden, Cam Hayden, down the left alley. Kerr will defend him. And this is going to start to get tiring for this Bedford defense. They played a lot of defense here in the third quarter. Sheridan defends. Hayden hits the pipe. It bounces right to Helton, and Helton looks to get out on the break. Quick to Purnell. Purnell drives hard, gets to his right hand, and checked as he was shooting. Backed up behind by Barrett. You saw Helton almost kind of run out of steam there. He had 2 or 3 steps on the defender, and he said, geez, this isn't going to be a fast break.
Yeah, I remember Corey playing in games like this, and about halfway through, I said, wow, I'm really thirsty. What the heck? But I think that's what we're getting here. A lot of motion, a lot of energy. And I'll tell you, if you're Coach Bordeaux, you're telling your team there is no 4-point play. Take your time, get one at a time. Let's start to claw back into this.
Purnell has it behind. He draws a long stick this time. Tries to get a pick from Kaliza at X. Purnell drives hard righty. He'll try to get the inside roll. Feeds inside, Barrett now. Mastro to Casa, far side. He's checked by Hudson Schmidt. He's all the way out on that left wing. Looks to ISO. Draws a double, Kaliza behind. Ooh, he had Purnell, missed it. Now Barrett with the shot, hits the pipe. Goes all the way out to midfield and over. Great check by Kerr. Gets it on the ground, and a bat ahead by Matthews. Barrett, backside, Helton, tic-tac-toe, Purnell, fake, score! Helton to Purnell, and the Bulldogs back within 3.
Yeah, and we see there, I don't know, we'll probably get a replay, but Purnell with great patience. Good movement. Next pass, Purnell able to stand in there, wait for the check to come, absorb it, and throw it over the goalie's outstretched stick. Big one for Bedford here.
Great patience by Purnell too. Had the one-on-one, a little stick fake to get Murphy moving, and was able to finish. We saw a similar situation in the regular season game between these two as Purnell got stoned on the doorstep by Murphy. He made sure of it that time, and the Bulldogs claw back to within 3. Purnell's second on the day. Procedure by Kerr. So Bishop Guertin picks it up at midfield again.
Yeah, and we see face-offs there. People may wonder why is BG so good? It's one of those things you can't simulate. It's really hard if you don't have someone like Vasquez who has those quick hands. It's really hard to go against that in practice, and they're really just getting overwhelmed by the speed of his clamp, and they're causing a lot of issues and a lot of infractions based upon that speed.
Wayward pass here by Beau Dubois at the feet of his teammate. It bounces out of bounds on that far sideline. So Dylan Soden will pick it up. Into the middle for Sheridan. Far side, Kaliza. He's right at midfield. Interesting as they brought an attackman to the defensive side of the field to help with that clear, as they clearly needed it a few times in the first half. Nice adjustment by Coach Bordeaux.
Yeah, if anything, I thought that was the one where Soden was going to be the one-man clear. Sideline was pretty open up, but hey, they worked it, played a little bit of a team game, and were able to come down and get the settle.
Matthews split dodge to his left. Nice job to go behind the defender, Tyler McLeod. His shot is low and right of the cage. Backed up behind by Sam Barrett. Barrett, little pick play behind with Kaliza. Defenders handle that without too much of an issue. And now Helton. He looks to go on Finn Moran. Near side, another 2-person play here with Matthews. Little pick and roll. Matthews rocks. Murphy saves. Murphy dropped well, deflected that high and over his cage. Great goalkeeping there by the senior goaltender. Now Purnell beats his man, goes inside. And a great one-on-one move by Luke Purnell draws the Bulldogs back to within 2, 7-9.
Yeah, Luke Purnell here, we just see him use his shoulders so well, feel the pressure and duck under it, and again, taking the time, getting the goalie down, and that's a pretty easy, repeatable play. We've seen it the last couple times here.
Great strength by Luke Purnell as he gets his hat trick with 4:35 to go in the game. 4:35 to go in the third quarter. Draws the Bulldogs back to within 2. The continuing saga at face-off. Sheridan scrapes it out near side, and they finally have a 50-50 ball. Cotnoir can't get it. Helton scoops it out near side. Finds it. Gets pushed from behind, and they draw a flag. That's a little surprising. I thought they'd call a loose ball, but Helton had it in his stick. He's chased down and fouled by Vasquez, I believe, will pick it up.
Yeah, we saw the replay there. Vasquez definitely did drape himself on his back. Helton was very smart to know that if you go straight down on your stomach with something like that, it almost denotes it. It draws the flag. Really nice play. And I was just going to say to you, Corey, this is one of these things for Bedford. When you get a couple of goals like that, everybody starts looking at each other. And if you actually can make some hay on that face-off, you start to believe. And that is a big thing for Bedford.
Belief, belief, belief. Purnell back to Kaliza, and they score. Kaliza gets his hattie, and the Bedford sideline is seeing more and more of that belief. You see there, nice little give and go. Kaliza to Purnell, right back to Kaliza. He rounds the corner, fake high, go low. He beats Murphy low, and it is 8-9.
Yeah, and that's one of those plays that even though Bedford was man up, and we all know that there are a lot of plays that they can run, that was something between Purnell and Kaliza. They saw it. They had a 2-on-1, and they manipulated and exploited it. Really nice play between the two veterans there.
22 seconds later, the Bulldogs pull to within 1. A 3-goal push by the Bulldogs, and now Vasquez wins it. Up to McLeod. They have a break. King. Low left of Khan, and BG will settle things down. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. BG needs to give their defense a little bit of a break here. Caleb Young. Sheridan comes out, tries to wrap it around, and Young scores. Just going too far for that check on the backside instead of playing position, and Caleb Young takes advantage. Puts the Cardinals back ahead by 2.
Yeah, and we saw BG was actually substituting, so this was not any play that it was given to them. And Sheridan trying to play hard, trying to press the luck a little bit, got beaten, and then the slide was too slow. Young able to put it in the back of the net.
Too crafty as a midfielder. Don't need that pressure all the way out there, especially during those substitutions. And the Bulldogs pay the price. Back to the face-off X. 10-8 is your score. The Cardinals ahead by 2 with 3:40 to go in the third quarter. One again by Vasquez. McGarry will settle things down. He gets it to Ponto behind. 4 goals on the day for Ponto. Could have had 5, but one was erased there right at the end of the second quarter as we went into halftime. The officials were sure of themselves, but a lot of the folks up here in the booth felt like he beat the clock. So, tough play there. Wayward check finds a little bit of helmet there, and the BG fans and sideline chirp a little bit. Young draws the double. Ball pops out of Hayden's stick. Young finds the ground ball. Back behind King. Now back right, McGarry. He's on the right wing now, checked by Soden, and now back right for Hayden. Cam Hayden looks to ISO on Brian Riccio. They switch. Sheridan. Shot near side of the net. Khan picks up the ground ball and gets it ahead to Sheridan. Sheridan takes a foul as he gets pushed in the back by Young, and that might have been a little weight room. And he flexes and he grabs another foul. And that was kind of a silly taunt on his way out. So Cam Hayden is not going to be greeted well as he gets to the box. He picks up a 30-second push and then likely a minute taunt.
I mean, you like the excitement there, but come on, it's got to be true. I mean, I'm not sure there are a lot of folks that are beating Sheridan in the weight room there. So, yeah, as you said, a silly foul. Coach Cameron talking to him. But here we go. A couple of flags, and now more options, more opportunity for Bedford to get themselves within one.
So Hayden, the call on the near sideline, push from behind. Yeah, weight room, I do agree with him, but certainly not what you want to do is taunt on the way out, so he gets a 1 minute locked in unsportsmanlike penalty. I believe they will be served consecutively as Helton starts things out for the Bulldogs. Only down one man, but it is for a seemingly 1 minute and a half with 1 minute locked in. The Bulldogs fire things around the perimeter. Dump it all the way down. Missed the pass there. Gaffney. Near side Purnell. Back right of Murphy. Purnell. Up top Matthews. They fire inside. Kaliza. Nice check inside by Dunsmore. And then it gets scooped out of bounds by the Cardinals.
Yeah,
Barrett behind.
We see a very active BG defense. It really kind of feels as though it's not man down because they're extending so far. Bedford has to figure out how to move the ball faster.
Purnell, now Barrett, inside Kaliza. Again, a great check on Kaliza. Matthews picks it up. Barrett comes around the corner and scores. So Barrett gets the man up goal. 9-10. 1:33 to go in the third quarter.
As we see, this is all day long. BG has really been slow to rotate to that attackman coming from behind. Barrett with a very simple dunk and basically slam dunk, if you will, into the goal. Something that really, really is basic for BG. Should not have missed that one.
Rounds the cage from back left of Murphy. Keeps it in his left hand. Nice little fake and score. Beats Murphy high, and we're back to the face-off X. 10-9, the Cardinals lead. 1:30 to go in the third quarter. Vasquez wins another one. McLeod racing down the near alley. King gets some pressure from Henrishon. Back left of Kahn. Goal line extended now. He'll fire it up top. Here's Micah Dunsmore. He'll settle things down. Kerr looks to press as they are trying to kill off that locked-in penalty by Cam Hayden. And the Bulldogs want to try to get out and double if they can. They just miss it here. Extend pressure, but Helton will get the ground ball. Pops out of his stick and finds Beau Dubois. Missed opportunity there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was a little odd one. Helton had it, head up, and dropped it. Unfortunate because we see here BG able to cut down on the man down and really kind of kill the penalty to bring it back to even strength.
Even strength it is, as we're about 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Caleb Young will settle things and look for a last shot, as Coach Cameron wants a settled possession. And the last opportunity as we end the third quarter. Young matches against Kerr. Young tries to get to his left, rolls back, fires far side. Ponto gets into the middle, shot save. Kahn, true to the task, offside high. Gives the lollipop way downfield as time expires in the third quarter, and we have a game again. It was 8-5 at halftime. It is 10-9 as the third quarter expires, and the Bulldogs trail the Cardinals by 1.
Yeah, a good start to the second half by both teams, really trying to play to their strengths. Bedford was a little bit more workmanlike there, still giving up some of those unforced errors, but when they were, ball down or stick on the ground, they were able to kind of swarm and get the ball back, and we're seeing a lot of those very easy goals on a little bit of chaos as unsettled situations are being made. So I agree. We got a game.
We've got a game, we sure do. It's a one-goal game as we head to the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs trying to knock off the three-time defending champion Bishop Guertin Cardinals. Back and forth affair, 3-goal run by the Cardinals to end the first half. It could have been 4, except that goal was called off at the buzzer. It sure as heck looked like they got it off, but we won't dispute that anymore. The third quarter, great one for the Bulldogs. They did go down 9-5 on a goal by King, but then came back with 3 straight of their own. Purnell, Kaliza. Young got a tally, and then Barrett matched that. So the Bulldogs won the quarter. Now they have to win the quarter again as we head to the 4th. 12 minutes back on the board. It all comes down to this.
Yeah, this is one where the coaches don't have to say much. Seniors kind of look at each other, bring the team along, and say, this is the last quarter. Let's see what we can do. Let's go win a state championship.
Again, welcome into our colleagues all throughout the Bedford area as you're listening in on Bedford 105.1 WBNH. We will also have the replay on BCTV at some point. We're not quite sure of the timing, but Andrew Fenn is here with the camera crew. We have Nashua ETV as well. They're providing camera number 2. We have Dale Bird back in the studio on replay and Bill Jennings manning the camera up on top. So full crew here for this state championship Division I boys lacrosse matchup between the Bedford Bulldogs and the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. We're ready to start this 4th quarter. Back at the face-off X. Vasquez, quite a story throughout this entire game, wins another one. Sheridan on his hands, whacking away at that low hand. Trying to make him pay for winning that face-off. Tries to get a wrap check. And finally, Coach Cameron calls timeout as Kevin Sheridan was unleashing a bevy of checks, just trying to get that ball out, and Vasquez's hands are going to need some ice after this one.
Yeah, and that's all you can do, really. I mean, Vasquez is just so quick on that clamp. He's going to win the ball and be able to control where it goes. But by putting a long pole on, you want him to feel a bit of bother, if you will. But I will give Vasquez credit. He is one of those face-off guys, as we see here. Sheridan throwing a lot of pressure upon him. But Vasquez is not unwilling to go to the goal. He's ready to go. He is a confident ball carrier, and he's really been the difference here today for BG.
He's a confident ball carrier. He scored just 7 seconds into the regular season matchup, catching the Bedford defense off guard and putting the Cardinals ahead 1 early in that game way back on April 23rd. No goals this afternoon for Vasquez, but he hasn't needed them. He's dominated at the face-off X throughout this match.
Yeah, and it's funny, Corey, as the game has evolved, you see a guy like Vasquez there with almost no elbow pads, and getting whacked like that does take its toll. I don't know. It's just a different, I guess they're tougher today. Is that right? Maybe
I'm not going to lie. If I was a face-off guy, I'd have a little more protection on. And I'm also not going to lie, as a defenseman, when I see that, that's a target for me. I'm going hard and heavy on that. With legal checks, of course, but hard and heavy, make him feel it. Cam Hayden back on the field. He'll look to drive hard. Lefty on Matthews here. Feeds it all the way across the field. They tried to get either Ponto or Young. Can't quite see the number. It was Young. Scramble finds King's stick. Lefty shot goes near side and misses the cage. Backed up behind by Ponto. Ponto. He's at X behind. Nice switch there for Matthews as he came over with the help on the switch off. He was guarding Hayden. They tried to pick and roll and they defended it nicely. Back up top to King. Owen King, the sophomore attackman, fires it across. Here's Caleb Young down the right alley. Switches back to his left, misses the cage. Deflects behind. Kahn clamps and pulls it into his crease. And the Bulldogs with a nice defensive set there. Henrishon with the outlet pass. Near sideline. Pass to Matthews. They get over midline. Under 11 to go in the game. Bishop Guertin Cardinals lead 10-9 over the Bedford Bulldogs.
Yeah, good defensive stand there. We see Bedford really trying to play help defense and slide. BG actually, through a couple of those passes, is trying to do a skip and anticipate the slide coming and the far man being open. Look to see Bedford hopefully stay home a little bit more so they don't give up some easy goals.
Gaffney gets it behind. Dodge down the right alley, and now Barrett looks to go from X. Gets some space, gets a shot off, can't get it to go, and it's backed up very well by two Bishop Guertin defenders. Man, he had a shot. I think he got checked there in his shooting motion, threw him off, but misses the cage there. And the Cardinals back it up. Murphy passes into the middle. Beau Dubois chased down from behind. Kerr laying some heavy lumber. And now the Cardinals settle things all the way behind. Here's King. He looks to drive lefty, and now we're going to get an illegal pick. Gives it back to the Bulldogs on again, one of those mental mistakes that you've talked about the Bulldogs making a few times, and now the Cardinals commit one here. Matthews, had Purnell cutting back door. Pass got tipped by Logan Venn. They scoop it out. Matthews avoids 2 defenders. We hear a whistle, not quite sure what the whistle was. We get a timeout by Coach Bordeaux after the ground ball win deep in the corner to the back right of Will Murphy. So Coach Bordeaux takes the timeout. He'll talk it over. 9:15 to go in the game. The Cardinals lead 10-9 here in this Division I state championship game.
Yeah, and it's really going to be about hustle and mental plays. One possession, clearly we're down by 1 here for Bedford, but one possession is going to make a big difference in this game, and so you got to treat them like gold. Love to see the hustle there by Matthews pulling up. I think he had his helmet up a little bit, so Coach Bordeaux, instead of taking the risk, figured let's slow it down and give ourselves a really good chance.
4 goals so far by Michael Ponto. 2 for Owen King, 2 for Caleb Young, 1 each for Cam Hayden and Beau Dubois. On the other side of things, the Bulldogs, 3 by Kaliza, 3 by Purnell, 2 by Barrett, and 1 by Helton. That spells out their 9 goals. They trail by 1 with 9:15 to go in this game. Coach Bordeaux talking things over, trying to draw up a play to draw even and really get all of the fans on the edge of their seats.
Yeah, and we'll see what BG comes out with. This is the point in time when you start to, like we saw in the man up, you maybe lock off one of the players, and this is really where, if that such thing happens, this is where the senior experience and the discipline and the drilling, because the coaches are on the sideline, the team has to make the plays. Let's see what Bedford comes out with.
Bedford has the ball. It'll be side right on the right wing for Will Murphy, the Bishop Guertin Cardinals goalie. Matthews will start with it. Bennett Matthews, the sophomore midfielder for the Bulldogs, matched up with Finn Moran. He drives hard right. He gets a shot off and scores. Just a simple righty bulldodge. Gets room to his right and beats Murphy stick side hip, and we're knotted at 10.
Yeah, really nice play by Matthews as we see him just taking the initiative, not even a pick, and putting his shoulder into it, but we see the stick side is on the back of Matthews, not in front with his hands, and you might as well be playing without a stick. Great job by Matthews to put it in. And one other thing I've seen, Corey, Alex Dumont, the standout defender by BG, was actually playing Luke Purnell. So interesting, at the beginning of the game, Luke was getting a shorty, and now they've got arguably the best defender on that attackman. So BG trying to figure out the matchups.
We get another infraction here, I believe a push on Bedford on the face-off, so effectively another win for Vasquez. And the Cardinals will have possession. Just under 9 minutes to go here. And we are knotted at 10 in this state championship game. Back up top, here's Ponto. Ponto to Schmidt. Little weave up top with their midfielders. Getting ahead of steam, here's Young. Drives hard lefty. They look for a pop off the backside. It's not open. Young now has an opening. Shot, score. They came and tried to double. Hayden was free, and Hayden puts the Cardinals back up by a goal. 11-10. See here on the replay, just a nice little twist off the backside. The defender comes off quickly, no second slide, and Hayden finishes.
Yeah, and we see Bedford really trying to help defense. However, they are doubling the ball a step inside the restraining box and gave up a shot 4 yards closer to the goal. They got to understand to protect from the inside out.
That's a tough one there. About a 12, 13 yard shot from Hayden?
Yeah, well placed, but didn't need to happen that far out.
Time and space now. Vasquez hits the pipe after driving straight down the middle. He had beat Kahn, but hit the left pipe, and Kahn with a little help from his friend there. Let's note that one down with just about 8:20 left in this game. But make it take it again as the Cardinals back in the offensive end. This is Young again, and they're going to call a ward. A ward on Caleb Young. A little surprising him there, but officials felt like he was pushing off with his free hand, and the Bedford Bulldogs catch a break here. Kahn in his own crease, looks to clear. Pass almost sails over Helton. Puts his stick up, tracks it down, and now trots over midfield and steps it into the restraining box. Barrett. Goal line extended to the left of Murphy. Outside of the restraining box. Gets it to behind to Purnell. 7.5 to go. The Bulldogs trail by 1. Little flip, and Matthews can't handle it. It goes out of bounds, and the Cardinals catch a break here.
Yeah, Barrett trying to get Matthews the ball. That's one of those unforced errors. Probably didn't need to press it that much. Let's let the ball move around a little bit more. But so here it is, another ride for Bedford.
They push out, a little soft at the midfield, and the ball pops out. Kaliza doesn't see it, goes all the way back, still a scramble, and it has to be a failure to advance. At this point it is. Far side official calls it, and the Bulldogs earn the possession back.
Yeah, as we see the replay here, 3 Bedford Bulldogs playing defense. Oh no, but they lose the ball very quickly.
Alex Dumont snipes the pass, bats it down, scoops up the ground ball, and flushes out. Another offensive possession for the Bulldogs. Phenomenal play there by Alex Dumont, the senior defender. And now settling things down is Beau Dubois. Near side to Warren. And soon enough, as we tick down to 6.5, we're going to need to see the Bulldogs press out a little bit, as the Cardinals are going to be happy to take the air out of this ball. Young. Feed back side to Ponto. Ball's on the ground. Durso can't come up with it, and King comes up with a phenomenal ground ball. Ponto up top. Here's Dubois. Bulldogs had their opportunity there. And now how quick are the officials going to be on a stall or a keep it in type warning? We're at 6 minutes now. They trot behind for Warren. Warren, goal line extended, looks to inside roll. Good defense by Helton. Back up top. All the way to Dubois. Now Young draws the double quickly. Backside, score! Dubois pops off. Young keeps his head up, feeds it backside, and Dubois cashes in. Puts the Cardinals up 12-10.
Yeah, and Corey,
5:41 to go.
As we see here again, we saw the aggressive double up top. Dubois was able to turn and find a wide open player, and Bedford has to stop ball watching and make sure they are sliding with on a string. As someone goes out, you fill their space, and we're not seeing that right now from the Bulldogs defense.
Second slide just a touch slow, and that touch slow means open shots for the Cardinals offense. 5:40 to go in the game. The Cardinals up 2, and Vasquez, guess what? Wins another faceoff. I think he has about 500 faceoff wins. That's not an official count, but my gosh, he has dominated today at the X. Ticks down to 5 minutes to go. The Cardinals ahead, 12-10. We saw some late game heroics in their regular season matchup. The Bulldogs are going to need some more here. Jeremy Warren near side. They look to extend out pressure. Sheridan on Hayden. Hayden feeds backside. Nice dodge there. Face dodge by Warren, and he's going to get a goal. Was able to face dodge the closeout defender. And Warren picks up a goal and pushes it out to a 3-goal lead.
And we see the skip pass there from all the way across the field. Bedford had already rotated, so Cottonor had to come out hard. Easy face dodge, and no one there from the backside. I think as BG spreads out Bedford, those passing lanes are becoming wide open.
Those skip passes have been quite effective as they're anticipating the second slide. And it pays off again. We're seeing a goalie substitution here. Fletcher comes in for the Bulldogs with 4:51 left. Coach Bordeaux making a switch. Another face-off win for Vasquez, as this time Helton tried to match. Vasquez rolls away from pressure, settles. And Vasquez, I mean, what a story. Make it, take it for the Cardinals. The Bulldogs have had to rely on their defense to come up with stops each and every time, and that is a huge difference in this state championship game. The Cardinals ahead 13-10, 4:20 to go in the game. Young absorbing checks. King now scoops up the loose ball, and he'll score. King gobbled up the ground ball. Caleb Young's shot was a slow bouncer, went to the left of Fletcher. Fletcher's right, left of the cage. King was there to scoop it up, came back around, no defender, slid to him, and he just pots it easily.
Yeah, I think this is, as we talked about, there is a little bit of psychology here as Bedford tries to press out, but you get tired, and a lot of Bedford backs to that ball. Just poor basic defense, and nothing Fletcher could do on that one-on-none.
So 4 straight goals after Matthews had tied it. The Bishop Guertin Cardinals get a goal each by Hayden, Dubois, Warren, and King, and they are ahead 4 goals with 4 minutes to go. Durso heavy. They're pressing out heavy now as Henrishon trying to take it away from King. And again, this is going to make the defenders get tired quickly. They get it all the way behind. Here's Ponto. 4 goals on the day for Ponto. A legal procedure, a substitution issue. Near side official calls the infraction, and now Soden gets it over midfield, draws a long stick midfielder, and we'll settle things down. Steps it into the box, and we get a timeout. Coach Bordeaux wants to make optimal use of this offensive possession. 3:32 left in the game, and the Bulldogs trail 14-10 here in the state championship game as the Cardinals rattled off 4 straight after the Bedford Bulldogs had tied it at 10 with 9:03 left in the game.
Very nice alliteration on that one, Corey, as always, all year. But we also see Coach Bordeaux sensing the fact that when you're not winning at the face-off X, these possessions are gold, and so really need to optimize this. Probably want to get the ball and start it out in their best player's hands, one of the strong middies, or perhaps behind. But this has got to be something that they have positive intent on and get a goal here to keep it within sniffing distance.
That game tying goal by Matthews was after a timeout by Coach Bordeaux. Settled things down. He simply drove hard right-handed towards the top of the box, got some time and space, and was able to beat Murphy, but it's been all BG since then. Goals by Hayden, Dubois, Warren, and King have the Cardinals up 4 with 3.5 left in this game. The ball will be top left of Murphy outside of the restraining box. Looks like Matthews will pick it up for the Bulldogs. And honestly, one of the plays that got this going in the right direction was a phenomenal defensive play by Alex Dumont. The Bulldogs had a possession when it was tied. Dumont sniffed it out, a lollipop pass back into the middle of the field. He batted it down, grabbed the ground ball, and got it back going towards the Cardinals' way. Matthews shoots and scores on a righty drive down the right alley. Came way from his ankle area over the top and beats Murphy to that top left corner and pulls it back to within 3.
Yeah, great initiative here by Matthews. Really took it one-on-one. When they're getting the shots, I don't have many saves by Murphy, the goalie here. He's played stellar, but they've really kept the ball away from him most of the day. Matthews took it one-on-one, got his hands clear. Pretty basic there.
And now the story of the game so far. Vasquez at the face-off X. Sheridan comes up from his long stick position. Vasquez. And we get a hold on the Cardinals. I think it was from the wing. as the wing play becomes a factor here. It was a 50-50 ball as Sheridan got it out of Vasquez's stick, and there was a hold on that far side wing. Matthews now back to Helton. Tries to get to his right, can't. Matthews now draws the double team, swims over to Helton. Shot, save, Murphy. Phenomenal save by Murphy as he flat out on the ground, got out to his right-hand side. And now Coach Cameron will take a timeout as the Bulldogs are scrambling on the defensive end, but the possession is more valuable than the odd man, and Coach Cameron takes a timeout at 2:50 to go in the game, leading by 3, 14-11.
Yeah, Matthews was able to there. I don't know if we're going to see his replay, but Matthews was able to draw the double team, and Guertin Hack got the ball to Helton. Unfortunately, he went low to low. So we talk about changing the plane. He decided low to low, and Murphy was already down there. Big save by the BG goalie.
Huge save by Murphy, keeps it a 3-goal game, 2:50 to go in the game. And the Cardinals lead by 3 as they look to make it 4 in a row, 4 state championships, as Coach Cameron has built a dynasty here with Bishop Guertin. They finished the season again 15-3, a couple of out-of-state losses. One to St. John's Prep back on April 16th, one to Staples High School, the Westport, Connecticut high school, only by a goal, 9-8, and then their third loss coming at the end of the season to Boston College High School. They lost that one by a goal as well. The Bulldogs only lost one in the regular season. That was against Bishop Guertin down at Stellos, a double overtime thriller that Caleb Young had the walk-off on in double overtime just 50 seconds into that second extra period. The Bulldogs are going to need some magic here to force overtime or win as they trail by 3. 2:50 to go left in the game.
Yeah, and we see Young taking the ball here. Really impressed by his play as he's grown and matured throughout the year. As we see Bedford here, now they understand it's time. They've got the goalie out of the cage and they're going to try to double, but Young is able to run away from it.
Quick, like a bunny, Young evades 2 defenders. Fletcher now calling for that double. He takes the closest man to the crease. Kerr and Sheridan look to double team. And again, they run away from pressure. King now with the ball in his stick. They try to get that out of him, checking heavily with Dylan Soden, and now they double team near sideline. Soden pushes Ponto out of bounds. Good physical defender, and he pushes Ponto over the near sideline. Ponto's helmet comes off. He'll get sent off because his helmet came off, and now the Bulldogs will have a chance to clear it out. Just a good physical push out of bounds, legal play. Ponto gets sent off again because his helmet partially came off. And now clearing it out is Matthews. Just over 2 minutes to go. A stick there by Young, run through by Matthews. Matthews far side, Kaliza, ball pops out of his stick. Couldn't get the shot off. And now scooping up the ground ball and hammering over the sideline. Helton gets a stick check on it though. Forces it up. Purnell, back to Matthews. Can't be much left in the tank. Matthews gets checked from behind. And now double teamed. Rolls away from pressure. In the middle, Kaliza. His gets checked right as he's shooting. And chasing it out of bounds is Alex Dumont. Again, a phenomenal play by the senior defender. Chasing out that ball, backing it up and earning possession for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and we saw Bedford just on the edge there, and there's a little bit of sleep here.
And they're going to pay for it. Ponto gets an easy one on the backside. The Bulldogs tried to extend pressure on their 10-man ride. The Cardinals beat it with a bounce pass all the way 3/4 up the field, and they were scrambling on the back end.
Yeah, really nice play. Credit to the BG. Murphy with the awareness to see the full field pass, or I guess half field pass. Sheridan a bit too late to come up and attack the ball, but we see a lot of hands on hips here for Bedford.
Tough play there. The Cardinals extended out to a 4-goal lead with 1:28 to go in the game. And now desperate times call for desperate measures for Coach Bordeaux. Yeah, that 10-man requires everybody to be alert and everybody on hands. And just one lapse on the defensive end, created that opportunity for the Cardinals. Again, the Bulldogs had a couple of opportunities on the offensive end too as they were trying to get shots off. Balls were popping out of sticks. Late checks causing wayward shots. And Kaliza had an opportunity. I think Purnell had an opportunity. Helton had an opportunity. Each defended well by the Cardinals. Back to the face-off X. Vasquez pulls and pops to himself, and another one.
Yeah, O'Toole was close to having the clamp, but Vasquez went in the box and came out.
Yeah, he had to keep it in as they have the lead under 2 minutes. A mental error there by Vasquez, but honestly, he might be the player of the game for such a dominant performance at the face-off X. Matthews now will look to go on Hunter Duani. Draws a double. Near side Helton. Time and space. Shot save Murphy and chased out by guess who? Number 17, Alex Dumont, the senior defender. Several heads-up plays by Dumont throughout this game. And we tick down under a minute to go. Murphy will have a shot on goal. He misses it to the left. It is backed up behind by Ponto. But Murphy had a go on the 10-man. And the Bulldogs again will try to double behind. With tired defenders, it's going to be tough. 40 seconds to go. Ponto. And I believe we had a player through the crease. The backside official called it. Violation on the Cardinals. So the Bulldogs will have an opportunity. They're down 15-11. Soden, punt return clear. He drives hard, gets it into the offensive area. Barrett, now back to Matthews. They double him quickly. Somebody's got to be open, and it's the cutter from the box. Matthews gets a shot off and scores, beats Murphy high. It's going to be too little, too late. Matthews gets his third on the game. Pulls it to within 3, but we only have 17 ticks left on this clock. And the Bishop Guertin faithful feel it. They stand, they cheer, they clap. And it looks like Coach Cameron will take home a 4th straight state championship throughout this well-contested match here at Exeter High School.
Yeah, too bad here. We can see with 17 seconds left. Too bad for Bedford, great for BG. It wasn't big things, it was a lot of little things that BG started to turn the tide in their favor, just like we see again here with Paulo Vasquez getting the ball down on a face-off.
Ball was in the box, comes back out of the box. I believe they'll call it in and out. And so the Bulldogs have the ball, 5 seconds to go. Kerr fires it downfield, and that'll do it. As time ticks off, the buzzer sounds. Sticks, gloves, and helmets fire into the air on the Bishop Guertin sideline, and they'll take home a championship. Final score here is 15-12. The Cardinals win the 4th straight. Jay, thoughts on the game?
Yeah, great game. My heart goes out to all these kids, these seniors. It's tough to understand your last game, but a ton of great things for this Bedford team coming through. They really just understand that sometimes you have a special player, and that was Paulo Vasquez. He was the difference here, but nothing to be too down about for Bedford. Really nice playing. Love to see some contributions all over the board, but hats off to BG. They were the class of the state this year.
Phenomenal offensive showing by junior attacker Michael Ponto, as he had 5 goals on the game. 3 by Owen King, 2 by Young, 2 by Hayden, 2 by DuBois, 1 by Warren. On the other side for the Bulldogs, we had 3 for Kaliza, 3 for Purnell, 2 by Matthews, 2 by Barrett, 1 by Helton. Actually, I think Matthews had 3 all here in the 4th quarter. So he had a hattie as well, but not quite enough as the Bulldogs fall to the reigning champions, the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. 15-12 is your final. Again, thank you for joining us here throughout the afternoon on WBNH 105.1 Bedford Radio. Again, you'll see the replay on BCTV as well. We appreciate the crew here Andrew Fenn, executive producing. Dale Bird with some replays, and technical director back in the studio. We had Nashua ETV on camera, as well as Bill Jennings up on the rooftop providing coverage all throughout this game. For Jay Abendroth here in the booth, I'm Corey Munster-Tiger. We'll see you next season. Have a great evening. Goodbye.
All right, let's direct your attention to the middle of the field. We're representing the NHIAA Lacrosse Committee, legendary coach Brian O'Reilly, and the NHIAA Executive Director Jeff Collins will be presenting the awards. First off, would head coach of the Bulldogs, Drew Bordeaux, please come forward, and he'll present the individual medals to the members of the Bulldogs. And now we'll acknowledge each team member. Number 1, Derek Kuliza. Number 2, Evan Capello. Number 3, Luke Purnell. Number 4, Kevin Sheridan. Number 5, Dylan Riccio. Number 6, Kevin Mastro de Casa. Number 7, Dylan Soden. Number 8, Spencer Henryshawn. Number 9, Alex Konknar. Number 10, Colby Boyd. Number 11, John Purnell. Number 12, Ethan Kahn. Number 13, Bennett Matthews. Number 14, Sam Barat. Number 15, Joey Miller. Number 17, Parker Gupta. Number 18, Brian Riccio. Number 19, Brody Helton. Number 20, Sam D'Orso. Number 21, Cam Hadley. Number 22, Alex Gebri. Number 23, J.J. Gaffney. Number 24, Will Frangillo. Number 25, Parker O'Toole. Number 27, Tristan Kerr. Number 28, Bryson Diurso. Number 29, Tommy Frangillo. Number 30, Ian Fletcher. Number 34, Paul Gaudreau. Number 35, Trevor Abendroth. Number 36, Kobe Rubin. Number 38, Jacoby De Jesus. Number 40, Stefanos Peters Demetrio. Number 42, Camden Santos. And rounding out our players, number 43, Tyler Caparelli. Managers, we want to acknowledge also for the Bulldogs, Lizzie Morse, John Morse, and Heba Kudusi. And now would the captains of the Bulldogs please join the head coach at center field to receive the NHIAA Boys Lacrosse Division I runner-up plaque. Congratulations to all the Bulldogs. You left it all on the field, brothers. And now, with the head coach, that's Chris Cameron of the Bishop Guertin Cardinals, please come forward to present the individual medals. And let's acknowledge the members of the Cardinal team, starting off with number 1, Owen King. Number 2, Ronan Ballesteri. Number 3, Avery Whitehead. Number 4, Sean McGarry. Number 6, Brady Dumont. Today, number 33, Caleb Young. Number 8, Colin Foley. Number 9, Logan Benny. Number 10, Carter Josokos. Sorry, Carter. Number 11, Micah Dunsmore. Number 13, Finn Moran. Number 14, Michael McDonough. Number 15, Cam Hayden. Number 17, Alex Dumont. Number 18, Noah Guerrero. Number 19, Will Murphy. Number 20, Sam Patnode. Number 21, Bo DuBois. Number 22, Jeremy Warren. Number 23, Hunter Duani. Number 24, Hudson Schmidt. Number 25, Paulo Vasquez. Number 26, Drew Redfern. Number 27, Jackson Warren. Number 31, Michael Ponto. Number 35, Gabe Sini. Number 36, Jonah Feliciano. Number 41, J.P. Dunsmore. Number 42, Tyler McLeod. Number 43, Cooper Paquette. Number 44, Liam Connerty. Number 45, Elijah Zeman. Number 47, Austin Harvey. Number 48, Sean Krause. And wrapping up the Cardinals team, number 49, Matt Rezin. And also, I want to mention the managers, James Mantone, Aiden Kelly, and Joe Tokarski. And would the captains of the Cardinals join Coach Cameron at center field and receive the NHIAA Boys Lacrosse Division I Championship plaque. And also congratulations to Coach Cameron on victory number 13 with the Cardinals. Congratulations to both teams for great seasons. And our final score again. The Bishop Guertin Cardinals 15, the Bedford Bulldogs 12. Cardinals, the NHIAA Division I Boys Lacrosse champions.